Amendment 1 to the Constitution of the United States of America is the first of the first 10 amendments known as the Bill of Rights. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or of the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. All of these have been thrown in the trash can. You say no. You say they're making separation of church and state. Not so, folks. Not so. I'm going to read to you something. Public Law 102-12, HJ, House Joint Resolution 104, March 20th, 1991. Education Day, United States of America, Proclamation, Joint Resolution, designated March 26, 1991 as Education Day, USA. Whereas Congress recognizes the historical tradition of ethical values and principles which are the basis of civilized society and upon which our great nation was founded. Whereas these ethical values and principles have been the bedrock of society from the dawn of civilization, when they were known as the 7 Noahide Laws. Whereas without these ethical values and principles, the edifice of civilization stands in serious peril of returning to chaos. Whereas society is profoundly concerned with the recent weakening of these principles that has resulted in crises that beleaguer and threaten the fabric of civilized society. Whereas the justified preoccupation with these crises must not let the citizens of this nation lose sight of their responsibility to transmit these historical ethical values from our distinguished past to the generations of the future. Whereas the Lubavitch movement has fostered and promoted these ethical values and principles throughout the world. Whereas Rabbi Menachem Shearson, leader of the Lubavitch movement, is universally respected and revered, and his 89th birthday falls on March 26, 1991. Whereas in tribute to this great spiritual leader, the Rebbe, this, his 90th year, will be seen as one of education and giving, the year in which we turn to education and charity, to return the world to the moral and ethical values contained in the 7 Noahide Laws. And whereas this will be reflected in an international scroll of honor signed by the President of the United States and other heads of state, now therefore be it resolved by the Senate and House of Representatives of the United States of America in Congress assembled that March 26, 1991, the start of the 90th year of Rabbi Menachem Shearson, leader of the worldwide Lubavitch movement, is designated as Education Day, USA. The President is requested to issue a proclamation calling upon the people of the United States to observe such day with appropriate ceremonies and activities. Now, I have several comments to make about this, ladies and gentlemen. Certain racist scumbags in this country are trying to stir you up and tell you that the Jew Talmudic laws, Noahide laws for Goyim, now is U.S. public policy, and it means decapitation for Christians. Christians would be considered guilty of violating law number 2, thou shalt not blaspheme God, because Christians believe that Jesus the Christ is God manifest in the flesh, and this Christian belief is blasphemy to the religion and tradition of the Jews. The Noahide laws developed by the Jews provide for their execution of every Christian on the face of the earth by means of decapitation. And if you fall for this, you are a fool. For what I just read to you, Public Law 102-12 designates March 26, 1991, Education Day, USA. It does not adopt as law the 7 Noahide Laws. And anybody who wants to can get Public Law 102-12, which was House Joint Resolution 104, dated March 20th, 1991, and read it. These people, once again, are trying to pit Jew against Christian. Now, if you're a fool, jump right in the tank. Somebody will slap you down. If you're smart, you'll get the law and read it and realize that you're being scammed by these scumbags once again. Once again. While they pit us one against the other, they run around behind our backs, putting the chains on the ankles of all of us. White, black, Jew, Muslim, Oriental, American Indian, it doesn't matter. Racism is a plague upon mankind, and racists are the germs that infect the body human.